For the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Evening City Council, Mayor Burcroft, Attorney Hitchcock, Stacy Page, our City Treasurer, Deputy Clerk in audience. This is the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, February 25th, 2019. At this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo.
Here.
Councilman Barton.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth is...
Excused.
Okay. Councilwoman Webb.
Here.
And Councilwoman Williams. Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
Okay, that's okay. Mr. Chair, we have a quorum for this evening.
All right, thank you.
Tonight's council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6A, clerk's report. 6B, treasurer's report. 7, public comment. 8, unfinished business. 9, new business. 10, communication. 11 is warrant 19-0. Number 12 is adjournment. An motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the agenda as presented.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, Councilman Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 2, minutes. Agenda item 2A for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on February the 11th, 2019.
So moved for approval of the minutes from February 11th, 2019.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe for approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting, which was held May 11th, 2019. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
2B, approval of the minutes from the special meeting held on Monday, February the 11th, 2019. This was a closed session. Discussion was an attorney opinion, and there was an open session regarding the city quarterly investment report.
So moved for approval of the minutes from the special meeting held February 11th, 2019.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe for approval of the minutes from a special meeting held Monday, February 11th, 2019. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Abstain.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
The agenda. Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. First of all, I'd like to give a belated birthday to Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe,
Thank
which
you.
was this weekend was her birthday. Happy birthday, Ms.
Happy birthday.
Celeste.
Thank you.
We had a General Motors plant. I'm sure it'll be expanded more often down the line here by the mayor, but we had a tour of the GM plant, and they invested in the plant. I think it was, Mayor, was $20 million for a 10-speed transmission to be built at that plant. And by this, that's a good sign, because once you invest that much money somewhere, it's just about going to stick around a little while. As you know, we didn't have a meeting this special meeting tonight, so that's going to be it for the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, to accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, City Council, Treasurer, Clerk, Deputy Clerk, and audience. As I usually bring a quote to kind of lead things off tonight, I picked one that ties into part of a recognition I want to give. And the quote goes as this: "Being of service to others is what brings true happiness." And I thought of that quote because what I'd like to do, and I know council has a resolution also, is recognize Dave Rackets and Dave's Barbershop for 50 years, and his wife Judy here. I wanted to give them a little proclamation, and I know council has one as well, and that's a heck of a milestone. And when you're in a small business, especially in a small town, it's almost like a family, right, Dave? I mean, you get to know a lot of people, a lot of history, the good and the bad, but he's been just a great person and great family in our community. So we want to recognize that tonight. So I have a proclamation just in recognition of Dave Rackets and Dave's Barbershop. I, Leroy D. Burcroft, Mayor and for the City of Romulus, just wish to congratulate you on your 50th anniversary. Thank you for being a supporter of our community, and I wish you many more successful years as a business partner here in the City of Romulus. So thank you, congratulations. Council, I think Councilman Abdo, if you could read that. And I know Mr. Wadsworth would be here, but he had a knee replacement, so he's on the mend, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers as he's healing, or he would be here celebrating with us. But Councilwoman Abdo, could you please read
Sure.
the council resolution?
City of Romulus, a resolution to recognize Dave's Barbershop, whereas Dave and Judy Rackets opened a one-room, one barbershop on February 17th, 1969 on Huron River Drive in Romulus. On October 5th, 1975, they moved the business to 37148 Goddard Road to accommodate an additional barber in the shop. Due to their excellent service, the business continued to grow, and on May 1st, 1988, they built an additional room to house 4 more hairdressers. And whereas Dave and Judy have not only provided an excellent service to the citizens of Romulus, they have generously provided haircuts to those in need and to those who are homebound. Also, through the years, they have supported Little League Baseball, the Boys and Girls Club, and the Police and Fire Department. They have been true pillars in our community, and therefore be it resolved, the honorable elected officials of the City of Romulus express sincere congratulations to Dave and Judy Rackets on this momentous occasion. And be it further resolved, a copy of this resolution will be handed to you, Dave and Judy. Thank you.
Right. Could you come forward? Service. And thank Councilman Abdo for bringing hers. And Dave, you have any comments you want to make?
I just want to say thank you to the city and mayor and all the city council, everyone here, and to me, and I'd like to thank everybody, Judy, who's outside for several years, she worked right next to me. It's pretty nice.
Thanks again for allowing us to participate in that celebration. We do have a quick video we'd like to run, kind of highlighting a few things. Roger, if you could roll that, then I'll get into my action items under my report.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine Dancy. Our community events for the next week include tomorrow, the 26th, Relay for Life of Romulus is holding a Pizza Palooza fundraiser at 6 p.m. at the VFW Hall. Entry is $10 per person. This Thursday, the 28th, is our annual Mother-Son Valentine Dance. Tickets are still available, but the price has gone up. Friday, March 1st, St. Aloysius Church is holding their Banquet Royale at the St. Stephen's Activity Center. Tickets are $150 per person. Saturday, March 2nd, the Romulus VFW Post is holding a birthday bash for Sherman featuring a great lineup of tribute artists. Doors open at 6 p.m., show starts at 7:30 p.m., and tickets are $25 per person. Events at the Romulus Public Library include Toddler Storytime on Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. And this Thursday, the library is hosting their Winter Author Speaker Series at 6:30 p.m. and it will be featuring Dr. Greg Sumner, author of Michigan POW Camps and World War II. For our good news of the week, here are some shots from a press release held last Tuesday at the Romulus GM Propulsion Plant. General Motors Chairman and CEO Mary Barra announced it is investing $20 million at the plant to increase the plant's capacity for future 10-speed transmission production. Romulus currently builds V6 engines and 10-speed transmissions used in several GM cars, trucks, and crossovers. The Romulus plant originally opened in 1976 as part of GM Detroit Diesel Allison division, making diesel engines and components. Since 2009, GM has invested more than $880 million at the Romulus plant. The plant currently employs about 1,350 people. That is definitely good news for Romulus. That's it for this week. Please remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube or visit our website for more info. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, Jazz. Thanks, Roger. Now into some of my action items under my report. First up is item number A. What you have before you is a recommendation, came from Lynn Conway, Purchasing Director, Josh Monte, Police Captain, and Legal Counsel. There's two action items, two motions required for this particular item. The first request is to concur with administration, authorize the purchase of the V-Viper 911 system, including all related hardware and software, and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into both a 5-year software support and maintenance contract and a 4-year equipment maintenance contract for the PSAP for the sole source provider, AT&T/West, and initial cost is $141,631. Those funds are available out of the 911 capital outlay account.
Mr. Chair?
First motion.
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I'll make that motion on the first one here to concur with the administration and authorize the purchase of the V-Viper 911 system.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe. This is to concur with the administration and authorize the purchase of the V-Piper 911 system. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you for that. The second motion is to concur with administration and authorize the extension of contracts for the software maintenance and support for the equipment and maintenance contracts following the initial contract terms until such time that the equipment is replaced. Again, that funding comes out of that same fund.
Through the chair, if I may,
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I'd like to make the motion to concur and authorize the extension of contracts for the software maintenance support contract and for the equipment maintenance contract.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe. And this is to concur with the administration and authorize the extension of the contract for the software maintenance support contracts and for the equipment maintenance contract. In discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes. Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Votes yes, and motion is approved.
Thank you, council. Next item is item B, and this is a recommendation that came from Lynn Conway, Purchasing Director, Roberto Scapitici, DPW Director, and Legal Counsel. And this is a request to concur with administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into a contract for services not to exceed $57,799.23 from Quandel Consultants. This is for an evaluation of the existing conditions and make recommendations regarding possible solutions as specified in RFP 18/19-18, and that's for the CSX issue that we've been having. They're going to look at those locations and to come back with a plan and solution for crossings for the city of Romulus and for Huron Township, who's partnering on this with us. Those funds have been verified and budgeted and available out of the major road fund. We're taking the lead on it, and then we'll get reimbursed, and Huron's going to help us share the cost.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb.
Yes, I'd like to make that motion to concur and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the contract for services not to exceed $57,799.23 for evaluation.
Support with comment.
It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Abdo, and that's for the RFP 18/19-18 consultant engineering firms for professional service associated with the grade crossing. Discussion? Ms. Abdo.
Yes, Mayor, you mentioned that we will be getting reimbursed for this?
Correct, for SEMCOG. It was a SEMCOG grant that we submitted. So the end result is the SEMCOG grant, it's not gonna get us grade separation, but what this will give us is the plan. So now we can say, when we're asking for federal money, state money, CSX participation, this is the solve that the experts have deemed necessary.
So the SEMCOG will cover that 57,000?
Yeah, they'll reimburse.
And we are taking the lead, as you said.
Yeah,
in
one
order to
community
get-
had to take the lead, so I said, we'll take the lead, and
Sounds
Huron is
good.
gonna partner with us.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Council, next item is a recommendation that came from Lynn Conway, Purchasing Director, Kathy Hood, Assistant DPW Director, and this is to concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached contract for the 2019 pavement marking program with PK Contracting, Inc. For pavement marking services with the same terms and condition and pricing as the previous bid to RS Contracting, who acquired PK. The terms of the contract are expire September 30th of 2019. Funds have been verified and budgeted and come out of the major and local street traffic service contractual account.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion to concur with administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached contract for the 2019 payment marking program with PK Contracting Incorporated.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Abdo, to concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into an attached contract for the 2019 pavement marketing program with PK Contracting Incorporated. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Council, next item is a recommendation that came through Lynn Conway, Purchasing Director, Robert McCrate, Department of Public Services, and it's a request to concur with the administration and authorize a one-year extension bid, ITB 15/16-18, and this is for contractual service agreement with environmental testing and consulting for the pricing and terms of the original contract for hazardous material testing of residential, commercial, and industrial properties that are be demolished. The terms of the contract extension would be through May 15th of 2020. This is a local vendor, and the funds have been verified and budgeted out of the General Fund Building Department demolition account.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I'll make the motion that we enter into contractual services agreement with environmental testing and consulting.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Webb. It's for the extension of the 15/16-18 contractual service agreement for the hazardous material. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council. Next action item is a recommendation from Robert McCrate, Public Safety Director, and Lynn Conway, and also came through the George Auk Company. And this is regarding the next let bid for the 34th District Court. The request is to concur the administration, amend the current contract with George W. Auk Company, the city's construction manager for the project, by an additional $499,798, and that's for all subcontract trade work that you see in parentheses, and an additional expense for the construction management fee, general liability, and performance bond expenses. And those funds have been verified and will be approved with the second reading of the budget amendment 18/19-21 for the clerk's report later on. And those funds, again, come out of the court building construction fund.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for ITB 18/19-17 for the new 34th District Court project bid package 3A rebid.
Support and comment.
It's motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Abdo, for the ITB 18/19-17, new 34th District Court project, bid package 3A rebid. Discussion, Ms. Abdo.
Yes, I just wanted to make it clear to the people watching out there that this money is not coming out of the general fund, that it's coming out of the court fund. There seems to be confusion sometimes in the city that, why are we building that? It's built with the court monies, and that's what this is coming out of.
Great point. The judges put in place additional fees to cover the
Right.
cost of the bonds.
Okay.
Thank you.
Through the chair, could
Okay.
you have the mayor to call Mr. McCray up?
Mr. Mayor?
Is it a construction account or?
Yeah,
or
yes,
con-
it's
construction?
pertaining to this item.
Okay, sure. Ms. McCray, you want to come on up?
I just want to get a clarification on Mr. McCray. On page 2, it speaks of the $499,798. Okay, on page 8, it says the CM fee would be $9,418. General liability would be $2,462. Performance bond, $4,948. That total comes up to $16,828. And so that matches the $482,970. Where is this $39,320 going?
That's probably more not construction as much as maybe Steve. Do you want to take that? Or it's finance really is.
Well, what I'm saying is the numbers are not matching up. So is the $39,320 also included in this?
I think the answer to that is yes, that 16,000 is in that 39. I'm not sure what the extra money is for.
Okay, so if you add the $482,970 plus the $39,320, that totals $522,290. So it's not adding up.
I just noticed that earlier today too. So, but we know that the amount that we need in the fund is the 499
Yeah.
number,
790.
and
That's
that
what
the
we're asking
actual,
for.
and that the costs are the 480 numbers. So I think the 39 number is a mistake in there.
Well, I understand it may be a mistake, but before we vote on it, shouldn't a mistake, or once we vote on it, shouldn't a mistake be corrected?
99 is the accurate number that we're
Right,
letting.
right.
So that's all we're asking for action tonight?
But the $39,320 is included in this, and so I just wanted to see where did that fit in?
The total number, if you look at the February 1 memo from my office, the $499,798 is the total for the bid award for the door hardware, the signage, and interior work. That is the total amount for it. If council wishes, I can get a further breakdown from finance as far as an explanation.
Or if you want, you just approve 499,000.
798, that's all we
That's the
need.
amount for the
That'd
bid
be
award. And then I can get you additional explanation on the other fees that were broken out by finance.
Well, it's not so much I'm asking for additional information, I just didn't agree that the $39,320 would be included in this document, but yet it don't add up, so I'll agree with the city attorney to just vote on the $499,978.
Thank you.
Was there a motion maker on that would be one to just
It
amend
was
there
by,
to
Ms.
strike that
Roscoe.
portion? So we're asking for 499,798. That would be for all subcontract trade work.
You supported it.
There was a motion by Ms. Roscoe and supported by Ms. Abdo.
Add to that motion, to make the dollar amount $499,798 with clarification later on exactly how that is all broken down.
Okay, would you just,
That'd be great.
you agree, Abdo?
Yes.
Okay. Roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes,
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next item that's up is a recommendation to concur with the administration, and this is for introduction of budget amendment 18/19-22. and that's to pay the Detroit Regional Aerotropolis annual dues at the beginning of the calendar year, which most do, and that's the calendar year that they fall with under. So that the dues are the same, it's just altering when those dues are going to be paid, so we'll be in sync with the other communities.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I'll make that motion to pay the Detroit Regional Aerotropolis annual dues at the beginning of the calendar year.
I support that.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, and that's to concur with administration introduced budget amendment to pay for the Detroit Regional Aerotropolis annual dues at the beginning of the calendar year. Any discussion?
Through the chair.
Yes.
Tim, what's the dues?
25,000.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Before I conclude my report, what I wanted to do is have Steve touch on a little bit. In this last week, there was some media attention about one of our neighboring communities that had a common vendor that we use, which is RT. So I wanted him to talk, briefly about what our steps we're taking proactively on that. As you know, we started a new program here to basically kind of take the lowest type home in a neighborhood, that when they come back from the county, a private company, retrofits that, puts a family in it, brings that level up. So we have new residents that own a higher level in the community. We've worked through that. All in all, it's gone well for us, but I just want to make sure that you hear from Steve on some things that we're doing proactively to address that. So Steve, could you take it from here?
Myself and Kevin Lozen to review the contract and to review the activities that are related to that contract in the city here. I don't have any reason to believe there's any issues with it, but we're going to sort through it from one end to the other to make sure that that's the case. You probably also may have seen that there's some issues about their campaign contributions and other communities too. Campaign contributions that are within the amounts that are permitted in federal law or state law, there's nothing wrong with any of those. And in fact, the ethics ordinance that the city put in place at the beginning of the mayor's term did call out exceptions to the campaign finance. So as long as someone is contributing within the limits of the amounts under the Campaign Finance Act, that's not an ethical violation at all. So we're going to just review that. We don't have any 2019 work for RT to do on any new homes at this point anyway. That wouldn't be an issue until about August, when those are available from the treasurer's office. And we certainly will be coming back to you with a new contract if it turns out that we're going to recommend that we continue with RT to do any rehabilitation homes for 2019.
So I just wanted Steve to let you know the process they're going through. They'll do their review, and then any findings come back, we'll inform obviously council of that, but just more of a proactive step. And with that, that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
6A is the clerk's report. Under 6A1 for second reading and final adoption is Budget Amendment 18/19-21 Court Debt Service Fund in the amount of $250,000. This was introduced at the council meeting of February 11, 2019.
Mr.
Chair,
Chair?
I'll ma-
Go ahead.
Yes,
You go ahead.
Go ahead. Mr.
That-
Chair, I'll make that motion for second reading, final adoption of Budget Amendment 18/19-21 for the Court Debt Service Fund.
Support.
it's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Abdo, for second reading, final adoption of Budget Amendment 18/19-21 Court Debt Service Fund. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Last item under the clerk's report is 6A2. This is a study session request from librarian Patty Brayton for Monday, March 25th, 2019 at 7:00 p.m. And this is to present the State of the Library address.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion to set a Study session for March 25th, 2019 for the Romulus Library.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Webb, for the study request from librarian for Monday, March the 25th, 2019 at 7 p.m. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Webb,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Tally,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
That concludes the clerk's report.
Thank you, Clerk.
6B is a treasurer's report.
Thank you. Good evening, council, mayor, clerk, deputy clerk, and the audience. I'd like to remind everyone that the last day to collect for the 2018 property taxes at City Hall is Thursday, February 28th. Starting March 1st, if you still owe for 2018 property taxes, it must be paid or sent to Wayne County. If you have any questions, you can call my office at 734-942-7580. Thank you.
Number 7 is public comment. This is a portion of the agenda for those in the audience who would like to address City Council. The room to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address City Council, please raise your hand. And after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name and address. Please note that you have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon consent of the chairperson. We do not have any written requests this evening.
Before I ask the audience for comments, I want you to be aware of 3 minutes, because if you go over 3 minutes without asking for extra time, you're gonna hear it. I think you'll be able to hear that. And we're gonna, in the future, we're not gonna have these long, outstanding conversations of the councils. We're gonna have the council business. So I appreciate for your concern. Thank you. Any comments from the audience? Yes, Ms. Lemon.
Good evening, Jan Lemon. This is not what I come up here to say, but Dave and Judy, especially Dave, I had the opportunity that I had to have my father, ailing father, at my house in the 70s, unable to walk, and Dave came and took care of my father. Thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate that. I came tonight to thank the mayor, the DPW. I had to be out in those ice storms. I went through Taylor, I went through Southgate, I went through Wyandotte to get to the hospital, and their roads did not compare to ours. Our roads were clean, they were just wet. And when you have other things on your mind and you have to be out in a storm, it's just a wonderful relief. And I thank my DPW and my city for that. Things are going along real good. Bob, we're gonna get into the cemetery. I'm so glad you got the position you got. And it's not because you belong to the city. You work, you earn your paycheck. This is for all his outside activities. He's been appointed Person of the Year. And I'm very proud of what he has done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Lemon. Any other comments from the audience? No more comments from the audience? Did I hear someone saying yes?
Good evening, City Council and Mayor.
Good evening.
My name is Oscar Bulu, and I'm giving you greetings, folks, from Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib's office. So I have a quick little update on what we're doing legislatively, what's going on in DC, and then what's going on in the district. So I wanted to start off by letting folks know that for this week in review towards legislation, the Congresswoman is co-sponsoring a Marijuana Justice Act, a Transparency in Corporate Political Spending Act, Fairness for Federal Contractors Act, Terminate Trump's National Emergency Proclamation Act, Women's History Month Resolution, HR 1137 to prevent President from raiding Army Corps funds for National Emergency Declaration, There will be a reauthorization on the assault weapons ban, HR 854, Humanitarian Assistance to Venezuela People Act of 2019. And to kind of go a little bit further with that, she will be on 2 committee hearings this weekend, or excuse me, this week. Tuesday, she will be on the Financial Services Committee, and that's going to be an important one because part of her main bill, or the bill that she wants to introduce, is the Justice for All Civil Rights Act, so an update to the Civil Rights Act, and that's going to include credit scoring and how it's used, unfortunately, negatively to impact a lot of our residents' day-to-day billings. And the title of that financial hearing is "Who's Keeping Score? Holding Credit Bureaus Accountable and Repairing a Broken System." So that's going to be on Tuesday. And for Wednesday, she's going to be on the Oversight and Reform hearing, which will be having the president's former attorney, Michael Cohen, on there. So that'll be Wednesday, a pretty informative day. Now, as for what's going on in the district, folks, I haven't seen you guys in a little bit. I believe the issue with Marathon happened about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, with the smell and the odor being over there. Just to let folks know that we are vigilant of that, and we sent a letter along with constituents in the neighboring area when Marathon had that flare-up of nowhere that caused that really bad odor in the area. And then she sent a letter towards them and waiting a response. Neighboring stuff, Westland. We went to a meeting last week in regards to Westland. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the sanitation station that they use here in Romulus? That I might be thinking the neighboring city on the other side. They were going to be using their recycling, to send their recycling off to the city of Detroit in an effort to save money because they've gotten to a pinch because recycling market has changed. And we just want to make sure that we implore neighboring cities to not send plastic for an incinerator in Detroit because it just leads to more toxic pollution to the neighboring neighborhoods that are around there. A lot of people from Detroit went out and ourselves there just to listen to the proposal, and luckily it got rejected. They're doing a short-term fix and trying to figure out a new remedy. But we just want to make sure that neighbors know that we're more than happy to help in doing some investigation for recycling. And last but not least, there's a couple more things. Let's see, Tuesday finishers, got that one. I'd like to explain for all the citizens what constituent services is, and I'll give it a really quick little definition. A lot of people think that at the federal level, hey, what's going on? I need help with this. Folks, if you have questions about anything at all, please call us, and then we can definitely determine how we can best help you and who we can help or who we can find as a resource for you. And I believe, and then one last thing. I would love to have the city council support and the mayor's support in helping one of your residents here. She's come to me with a couple issues here that she's undergone in the city of Romulus, and I'd love, being I'm the new kid on the block, would love some help and some mentorship on navigating the civil services and departments here. And I think that's about it.
Okay.
Questions for me?
No question.
I know there was a whole lot there.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Before I call someone up, the guy with his hand, he looked like a guy I played basketball with. Is that Freeman Hendricks? Hey, Freeman, we getting old, man. I kept looking. I said, look like the guy we played basketball together. He's let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Hendricks there. We grew up playing basketball and.
Say how long ago it was.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Freeman. I'm not gonna say that. As you know, Freeman was the deputy mayor of Detroit. Freeman Hendricks and family, born Inkster, raised up in Inkster, moved to Detroit. Very outstanding young man. Very good basketball player. Very educated man. You can pay me later. But anyway, Mr. Freeman, I'm glad to have you here at the council meeting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Proud of you as well, son of Inkster, Mr. Mayor, Honorable City Council, Madam Treasurer, elected officials, staff, and to the great citizens of Romulus. My mother and my 2 sisters are residents and voters here in Romulus and have been for many, many years. I am currently on the board for the Great Lakes Water Authority. So in that way, I represent, Mr. Mayor, all of the citizens here. I also serve on the Regional Transit Authority Board. So in that way, I represent many of the citizens here as well. I came to this first meeting today because I wanted to speak with my old friend, but I wanted to, and I hadn't planned on speaking tonight during the public comment portion of the meeting, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, but I do want to commend how efficient that you all are in running this meeting. And had I timed myself to be here at 8:30, which is when I thought this meeting would be over, I would have missed the entire meeting. I sit in on a lot of meetings and they go on ad nauseum. And the public comments section runs, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, out the door and around the corner. And I have to gavel as well. And so I want to take a lesson. How you do it here in Romulus. That you start this meeting at 7:30, and here we are at 8:15, and you're ready to walk out of here. So that's time well spent and very efficient. So I want to commend you on that. But I just wanted to come to say happy to be here and happy to be representing my mother, my sisters, and the citizens of Romulus, and all of you here in my capacity today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hendrick. Any other public comments? If there are no other public comments, we're gonna close that part out, Madam Clerk.
Number 8 is unfinished. Number 9 is new business.
Yes, mm.
Yes, I would just like to speak on, or bring it to the mayor's attention, if there is a problem with the contract that we have with RT LLC Realtor Transition. I know in Detroit, they have a program where they do pull the properties from the tax foreclosure list, but they set it up for residents that's first-time buyers. And they partnership with the organization that actually gives anywhere from $7,000 to $15,000 to help them purchase that home. So, you know, I can get you that information, and maybe our city can look into that, because there's so many residents in this city that would love to be a first-time buyer with that type of assistance. So I'll make sure I get that to you.
That'd be great if you could pass that on. Yeah, our intention is to really get families and homes and bring those up. So
Yeah.
if there are different ways to do it, I'm open to it. We just want to make sure we're creating opportunity.
Yes.
Is there any more new business? Number 10 is communication.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I would just like to say happy birthday to our city clerk's 8-year-old granddaughter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Time
you so
flies.
much, Councilwoman. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I would like to ask the council to, I would like to make a resolution, memorial resolution for Cynthia Cole. She passed away, a longtime resident of Romulus.
Support.
It's been motioned by, oh, Ms. Williams, right. Excuse me. And supported by Ms. Roscoe for a memorial resolution for Ms. Cole. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
If there's no more communication, number 11 is,
one more.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I just want to thank Mr. Chair. I was here, I missed the last council meeting, and I wasn't able to comment on the annual soul food dinner we have. It was our 18th community soul food dinner, and it was marvelous. And it was marvelous because of the citizens that come together, community together, to put this together, event together each year. It's been 18 years, started by my mom, Reverend Rita Talley, and Miss Barton, who started this 18 years ago and brought it to where it's at today. And it was just a great success. It was some different things we did, and it was just an outpouring. Over 18 years, you lose a lot of people who have supported the Soul Food Dinner over the years, whether through death or whatever. But so many people poured in with donations and support. It was just phenomenal. And I just want to thank first our citizens for always continuing to support this effort for 18 years. And what makes our Soul Food Dinner unique is our elected officials who served, including school board members who came out and served the dinner, and which makes it very unique. So I want to thank my colleagues for coming out serving. And not only did they come out and serve, they stepped up, and I had cooks from here cooking for the Soul Food Dinner. My Stacy Pinto Beans, Miss Eva Yams. I have the mayor and his office. They donate for us for supplies and things. Mr. Barton been a long-time supporter for years with greens. Ms. Abdo was mending the table. Ms. Virginia back there cleaning up. I mean, everybody just stepped up, not only serving our community and our residents, but just going above and beyond, just serving in a different capacity with the Soul Food Dinner. And I want to shout out to Mr. Officer Bryce. We worked him to death at the Soul Food Dinner. He's a new officer here in our town, in our city, and he just came and he volunteered, and we put him to work. And I got to talk about the NHS students. Thanks, Ms. Abdo, for getting them to always come out and participate, helping with our seniors. And I don't want to get into a lot of names because I'm going to forget somebody, but the outpouring from our residents just coming out, supporting, making it a great event. It was just phenomenal, and I just want to shout out to our committee because this year was very difficult because at the last meeting, I had told everybody my dad had surgery, Deacon Eric Talley, and my mom, Reverend Rita Talley. My dad had surgery. We thought it went well. Something went horribly wrong, and so it was a very difficult time during this, trying to do the Soul Food Dinner and tend to my dad. So the committee of the Soul Food Dinner, I mean, when I say stepped out, it was so much I wasn't involved with, because we were tending to my dad. So I need to shout out to our committee for the Soul Food Dinner. I mean, they took this thing. I mean, I really didn't even have to be there that night. I didn't even have to be there because they had stepped in so heavily to make sure everything was in place. And I want to shout out to our interim Superintendent Hall, Pastor Love, Tanya Cofield, Deb Latner, who else is it? Deb Latner, Carolyn Jones, Miss Jackson at the middle school, Mark Edwards, and I know I'm missing somebody. This is the committee. This is the committee. Mark Edwards, and those are the people that are part of the actual committee for the Soul Food Dinner. And like I said, they stepped up in a major way because me and my mom was at the hospital like 2 days in a row prior to the Soul Food Dinner even going off, and they made sure everything was in place. So, and again, for everybody's support, because we couldn't do it, it's community. We got to do it as a unity, as one. We banded together and pulled the thing off, and it was phenomenal. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for their piece. No piece is too big, no piece is too small. It's coming together as a community to make sure that everybody had a good time. And if you left that night early, you missed the comedian. He was the bomb diggity. He had us laughing. Laughter is good for the soul. So if you missed it, you missed a good thing. We had a great comedian there. His name is Melvin Bender. I've seen him at a couple of events around, and it was a good treat. So thank you for everybody who supported, our electeds, and everybody who came out. And I'm looking for even better for the 19th. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Talbot.
Number 11 for approval is warrant 19-04.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we pay warrant 19-04 for the following amounts. General Fund, $132,627.91. Major Street Fund, $853.69. Local Street Fund, $1,117.19. Cable TV, $442.99. Oakwood SAD, $46,957. Community Employee Activity, $70.17. NARC forfeiture for the state, $36.01. Library Fund, $4,843.89. DDA, $55,735.25. Tifa District 2, $5,804.94. Beverly Road Special Assessment District, $500. 2014 capital improvement bonds, $179,225. Sewer debt service, $1,200. Court building construction fund, $3,195. Vining Road Extension, E-Course Construction, $237,021.99. Water and Sewer Fund, $1,191,176.80. Motor Vehicle, $45,112.62. Technology Services, $8,560.38. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $36,527.45. Revolving Fund, $7,182.22. Current tax, $15,636.11. Payroll Fund, $8,698.18. Total of all funds, $1,982,524.79.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 19-04 for $1,982,524.79. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Talley,
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe,
Yes.
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, warrant number 19-04 will be paid.
Number 12 is adjournment.
So moved to adjourn.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Webb for adjournment. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.